We're officially renaming the X-Goat Run Series to Wetlands Zone 1. This is kind of like our big permaculture project that we have going on right now. And this hill is where the goats used to eat and poop and sleep and pee. So this was like hay and goat poop and everything right here that just created a nice mound here. I wish it would have happened, 150 feet in that direction where there's more sun, so I could just plant bananas here. That's a little bit too shady, and I thought of moving the dirt somewhere else, but I've decided just to clear a little bit of the area and put taro and stuff here, and I may put some other stuff, but I'm just going to kind of clear just a little section of this right now. And I'm gonna put some, I think 2 types of Taro or Malanga here. And I'm not gonna put a whole lot here. Hopefully it'll spread over time. You can see I have my trusty old electric weed eater here to do the job. I don't have a GoPro helmet or anything like that, or a high tripod. All I have is a little, tiny tripod for doing stuff on a desk or something, or podcasts or whatever, but nothing to, watch me do this here. And I'm by myself, so I'm just going to show you before and after. Ended up having some lettuce on the ground, so when we pulled it up, after I weeded a little bit, it pulled up a lot here, so I need to kind of clean up this whole area. Doesn't look great, looks a little better. We're going to just go around here with the weed eater again. It's like a gardener, I can kind of clean it up. This is way bigger of an area than I wanted, like I said, but we'll probably, because this stuff is so loose, put a lot of this stuff back on the dirt after we plant this out here. So I left this patch of cool looking grass. Hopefully it's native. There's some really nice grasses here, and here. Could be from the hay. I don't know what kind of grass this is because I'm not an expert, but it's really pretty. Here's my bigger taro or Malanga or whatever. I think I've got 2 varieties. Could take that big mother plant there, which probably most of them are coming from, but do I want to sacrifice that just in case it doesn't come back? That's several years old. Maybe I can see if I can take this one. They may all be attached to a single root. I have no idea what it looks like down there. So this one had like multiple like corms or whatever on them, so that could be a plant, that could be a plant, this is a plant, up to 4 here maybe. And there's probably root material still left in the bed. Plus I didn't have to get the mother tree to destroy it. This will be the next mother plant, I guess you could say, if it does okay in the where we're putting. These ones here seem to be less vigorous, and I got a lot of logs here, so let's just see if I can just get a single one out. See some growing under, between the logs there too. This might be tricky. I do not want to kill off all of my, plants to find one. There's a single one right there that we were able to get 2. So you can see they're nowhere near as vigorous, about the same age. But we'll plant these, a couple feet away from them or whatever. And I might separate that corm there and have 6 to plant here. So I gotta water them in, tap them down a little bit more, but here's the biggest one, second biggest one. I've got 2 tubers there, I think, or a tuber there, and the smaller ones here. I got ate up by red ants doing this. I guess I really made them mad by weed eating and coming in here and destroying their little area, but hopefully it'll all pay off. I've watered them and pushed them in, and now I'm just going to put this stuff back over top and around the area to kind of hold the dirt from moving and hold in moisture. And there is an amazing amount of life here, all kinds of beetle larvae, earwigs, tons and tons of earthworms, especially right over there. So this stuff probably isn't even fully, composted, a lot of it, because it's been so like dense with hay, so it's still composting. So super cold winters for a few years, may not touch this at all. You know, it might create enough heat down there in the root system and all that it just, you know, doesn't even dial back in the winter. We'll see. So there we have it. Not a pretty job, but and there might be a few bare spots. So wherever I didn't like fill the dirt in, I kind of pulled the weeds back with the rake to kind of cover that ground a little bit. And we'll probably do some chop and drop here later too. Although technically chop and drop is dropping it where you chop it, but I bring it back in and I call it chop and drop too. So whether or not it's the right term, I don't really care, but just trying to get something going here. This is a nice little project and really don't have a whole lot of money to spend on it right this year. These things were already growing elsewhere, so chop and drop and composting and trying to create, you know, feed like weed tea or whatever is like a nice thing about permaculture is a lot of times you're using the plants around you to provide nutrients and to soil build. You know, if a tree falls, use that for hugelkulture or put it in a pile and let it rot for 3 or 4 years and turn to dust or soil. You know, use that. The elderberries are definitely getting bigger by the day. Yeah, I'm winded. I'm sure you can hear from walking back. The humidity's high and all that. But I think we're going to end this video here. And hopefully we'll have some more in this Wetlands Zone 1 project soon. Good news is that I was able to keep the mother plant and several plants, you know, types in the raised bed where they've been for years, so they'll be able to survive even if these guys don't make it or something.